Hello everyone, for this video, we'll discuss about the interval estimate of population mean with unknown variance. So, if the population mean standard deviation is unknown and the sample size is small, use the formula. This formula is, its distribution is equals to sample mean minus population mean over standard deviation over square root of n. Ay po yung formula. And this formula, when manipulated algebraically, will produce the following formula that is used to determine the confidence interval. For estimating the population mean when the population variance is unknown and the sample size n is less than 30. Ito yung gagawin formula. Population mean between sample size minus t sub alpha over 2 times standard deviation over square root of n. And sample mean plus t sub alpha over 2 times standard deviation over square root of n. The confidence interval can also be written as sample mean minus margin of error population mean between sample mean minus margin of error and sample mean plus margin of error. Where sample mean minus margin of error is our lower confidence interval and sample mean plus margin of error is our upper confidence interval and the E is margin of error. Where T sub alpha over 2 has n minus 1 degrees of freedom. So, lagi natin tandaan, ay yung degrees of freedom natin ay may formula na n minus 1. So, for example, suppose we have a sample of 25 students test scores and we want to estimate the average score for the entire population of students. The sample mean score is 70 and the sample standard deviation is 10. We want to calculate a 95% confidence interval for the population mean. So first step, aalamin muna natin kung ano yung degrees of freedom. Or kukunin mo natin yung degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom is equals to negative n minus 1. Yung formula naman ng degrees of freedom natin ay n minus 1. So, yung n natin is 25 students. So, 25 minus 1. 25 minus 1 is 24. Therefore, ang ating degrees of freedom is equals to 24. Next naman, kukunin natin ay yung alpha. So, nakalagay dito, 95% confidence interval. So, it means yung kukunin natin alpha is 5%. Kapag i-convert naman natin sa decimal is 0.05%. And next naman, i-divide natin siya sa 2. So, 0.05% divide 2 is equal to 0.025%. 0.025%. So, alpha over 2 is equals to 0.025%. Next naman, kukunin muna natin yung T-critical value or yung critical value. Para naman makuha natin yun, kailangan natin ng T-critical value table. Kaya yan. Meron tayong degrees of freedom na 24 and alpha over 2 na 0.025%. Ayun yung gagamitin natin para makuha yung critical value sa T-critical value table. Kaya lalaman.
So, para makuha natin yung critical value ay kukunin muna natin yung degrees of freedom and alpha over 2. So, yung degrees of freedom natin is 24, makikita nyo sa gilid. And yung alpha over 2 natin is 0.025, makikita nyo sa taas. Kapag kinonect mo silang dalawa is makikita yung number is yung 2.064. So, ayan yung ating critical value.
So, yung critical value natin is critical value is equals to 2.064. And And after natin makuha yung critical value, kukunin naman natin yung margin of error. And para makuha yun, gagamit tayo ng formula niya, which is yung margin of error is equals to critical value times standard deviation over the square root of. And lagay lang natin siya. Critical value, 2.064 times standard deviation, which is yung 10, lagay lang natin yan, over square root of n, and yung n natin is 25. So, it's square root of 25. And resolve natin siya using calculator. times 10 over square root of 25. And yung sagot natin is 4.128. Margin of error is equals to 4.128. After natin makuha yung margin of error, kukunin muna natin yung confidence interval. Eh para makuha yun, nagamit tayo ng formula niya, which is yung population mean between sample mean minus margin of error and sample mean plus margin of error. Ilagay natin siya. Between sample mean natin, which is 17, minus margin of error from 4.128, and sample mean 70 plus margin of error from 4.128. And isolve lang natin siya. 70 minus 4.128 is equals to 65.872. Lagay lang natin siya. 65.872. And 70 plus 4.128 is 74.123. Para makuha yung confidence interval, yung lower confidence interval naman natin is lower confidence interval is equals to 65.87. And yung upper confidence interval is equals to 74.128. Ito yung final answer natin. Yun lang, maraming salamat.
Good day everyone. Today, I will be teaching you about the 6 steps in stats. Hello, my name is Crystal Joy at Bishop on. So, let's start. The mean and standard deviation of the contest of a sample of 25 containers are 12.3 liters and 0.435 respectively. A. Find the 95% confidence interval for the actual mean content. B. Find the lower and upper confidence limits. Assume that the contents are approximately normally distributed. So, step 1, find the degree of freedom of the F. So, para makuha yung degrees of freedom, n minus 1, tas yung df dun sa word problem is 25. So, ima-minus sa 1, magiging 24. So, step 2, find alpha in 1 minus alpha 100% confidence level. So, yung first na gagawin sa step 2 is isa-substitute yung given sa formula 1 minus alpha equals 0.95. Nakuha yung 0.95 kasi kinonvert yung 95% into decimal point. Tapos, ililipat sa may 1, ililipat yung 1 sa may equal. Then, ima-minus yung 1 sa 0.95, ang magiging sagot is 0.5. Tapos, after nun, i-divide yung 2, tapos ang answer nun is 0.025. Step 3, find the critical value of t alpha over 2 using the t-table of t critical values. So, ang next naman is kukunin natin yung value sa t-table, which is ito. And, kaya t-table yung ginamit kasi less than 30 yung n. Tas ang makukuhang value sa t-table is 2.064, which is ito po. So, next. So, step 4. Find the margin of error or E. So, sa step 4, dito naman kukunin yung value ng E or error. So, ang formula is E equals T alpha over 2 S over N. Tapos, isa-substitute natin sa formula yung given, tapos pagkatapos nun, i-compute natin at ang magiging sagot ay 0.17958 or 0.18. Kasi, ni-round off natin siya and ang naging final answer is 0.18. So, next is step 5 and step 6. Find the confidence interval. So, ito po yung formula sa taas. And then, yung 12.3 is yung nasa work problem siya. And then, minus 0.18. Yung 0.18 and yung na-compute sa error. Tapos, ang sagot sa 12.3 minus 0.18 ay 12.12. At yung sagot naman sa 12.3 plus 0.18 ay 12.48. Sa step 6 naman is lower confidence limit equals 12.12 and upper confidence limit is equals to 12.48, which is yung ito.
So, let's have our another example. The following are randomly selected score in reading and writing examination of STEM 11 students. We have 70, 90, 94, 85, 78, 89, 75, 80, 82, 98, 96, 81. A. Find the 99% confidential interval for the mean score of STEM 11 students, assuming that the student score is approximately distributed. B. Find the upper and lower confidence limits. So now, proceed na tayo sa my table. Nilagay ko na yung mga dapat ilagay dito kasi pag ginamitan pa natin siya ng calculator, matatagalan tayo. So, kaya i-explain ko na lang yung mga kung paano nakuha itong mga to, yung mga sagot dito. So, sa my first column, makikita natin, ito yung bilang ng students na nakakuha ng score, which is total na is 12. Then, dito naman sa my second column, ito yung score na nakuha nila. Tapos, yung total ng score na nakuha ng mga students is 1,018. So, para makuha na natin ito nasa third column, which is x minus mean, gagawin natin, kukunin muna natin yung mean. Mean equals summation of x over n equals 1,018 divided by 12 equals 84.83. Ang gagawin natin, i-minus natin itong 70 dito sa may mean. Itong nandito sa may second column, i-minus natin lahat dito sa may mean. So, start na tayo sa sa panguna. 70 minus 84.83 is equals to negative 14.83. 90 minus 84.83 is equals to 5.17. 94 minus 84.83 is equals to 9.17. 85 minus 84.83 is equals to 0.17. 78 minus 84.83 is equals to negative 6.83. 89 minus 84.83 is equals to 4.17. 75 minus 84.83 is equals to negative 9.83. 80 minus 84.83 is equals to negative 4.83. 82 minus 84.83 is equals to negative 2.83. Then 98 minus 84.83 is equals to 13.17. 96 minus 84.83 is equals to 11.17. 81 minus 84.83 is equals to negative 3.83.
Go.
So, para makasigurado kayo, pwede nyong gamitan na lang ng calculator to para tignan kung tama ba tong mga nandito sa table. So, ngayon naman, let's proceed to the fourth column, which is x minus mean squared. So, dito, ang gagawin natin dito, itong nandito sa may third column, ita-times lang natin siya by itself. So, negative 14.83 is equals to, negative 14.83 squared is equals to 219.93. 5.17 squared is equals to 26.73. 9.17 squared is equals to 84.09. 0.17 squared is equals to 0.03. Negative 6.83 is equals, negative 6.83 is squared is equals to 54.64. 4.17 squared is equals to 17.39. Negative 9.83 squared is equals to 96.63. Negative 4.83 squared is equals to 23.33. Negative 2.83 squared is equals to 8.01. 13.17 squared is equals to 173.45. 11.17 squared is equals to 124.77. Negative 3.83 squared is equals to 14.67. So, para makuha natin tong S2, gagawin natin, ito-total muna natin tong x minus mean squared. Ito-total muna natin siya. So, ang total niya is summation of x minus mean squared is equals to 843.67. Ito. Yan. So, ginawa natin para makuha yung S2 is, S2 is equals to summation of x minus mean squared over n equals 843.67 divided by 12 equals 70.31. Ito. So, ito na yung S2 natin. So, sa may standard deviation naman, dito sa last natin, sa may last part ko, is para makuha natin standard deviation, S equals square root of S squared equals, square root of 70.31, which is ito, yung S2 natin. 70.31 equals 8.39. So, ito yung standard deviation natin.
Good day everyone. My name is Renaldi Chonka and now let's continue our topic in statistics and probability. So, our topic is interval estimate of population mean with unknown variance. So, in the first video, Genesis show how to get the mean and the standard deviation. And now let's proceed in getting the degree of freedom. So the formula in getting the degree of freedom is n minus 1. So this is our formula in getting the degree of freedom. Now all we have to do is to examine how many given are there in the problem. So in the problem there are 12 given. So 12 minus 1 is equals to 11. So, our degree of freedom is equal to 11. So, our degree of freedom is equals to 11. If you are curious on how do we get the number 12, so we get the number 12 in the given that is shown on Genesis problem. So, here, you can see that on the first video, you can see that there are 12 given in the problem. So now let's proceed in getting our alpha. So our alpha is equivalent to 1%. And the formula is alpha divided by 2. So in the first problem, the question asks is find a 99% confidential interval. So how many percentage do we need to make our 99% interval into 100? So the only percentage that we need is 1%. So the process is we need to change the percentage into decimal form. So 1% times 100 is equals to 0.01 and then divided by 2. 0.01 divided by 2 is equals to 0.005. So our alpha is equivalent to 0.005. So in getting our critical value, we need to identify the table of critical values. So in the last video, I showed you on how to get the alpha. So our alpha is 0.005 and we need to find it in the table of critical values, and also the degree of freedom is 11. So let's find it in the table of critical values. So here is our table of critical values. Wait a minute. There we go. So our 0.05 is over here. It's over here. If you can see it, it's 0.05. Wait. Let me see. There, it's 0.05, and then let's find it in the 11 rack. Our critical value. 11 into, so our equivalent is 3.106. As you can see, the critical value, our equivalent is 3.106. So let's put it on our critical value. So 3.106. So the equivalent of our critical value is 3.106. So let's proceed in getting our margin of error. So in getting the margin of error, our formula is the equivalent of our critical value times 2 standard deviation divided by the square root of our n. So the square root of our n is 3.46. So we need to divide 8.39. So as you can see here at the top, our standard deviation is 8.39. So 8.39 divided by 3.64 is, so 3.106 times 8.39 square root of 12 is equal to 7.52. So our margin of error is equal to 7.52. Now, let us proceed on getting our lower CI and upper CI. So our formula in getting the lower CI is mean minus the margin of error. So our mean is equivalent to 84.83. So our margin of error is 7.52. So this is our solution and getting the lower CI. And in getting the upper CI is mean plus margin of error. So our mean is 84.83 plus 7.52. So you can see here. So let us solve it. So 84.83 minus 7.52 and getting our lower CI is equivalent to 77.31, and our upper CI is 84.83 plus 7.52 is equals to 92.35. So I hope you all enjoy our discussion and our lecture. Thank you so much.
Now, let's go to another example. We have sentence problem here. The following are randomly selected score in the science test of 10 grade 9 students. So, randomly select the score in science test of a grade 9 at 10 grade 9 student. So, here, their score, the 10 student. Now, A. Find a 95% confidence interval of the mean score of grade 9 student, assuming that the student score is approximately normal distributed. Kailangan daw natin hanapin ang 95% na confidence interval for the mean of score grade 9 student, assuming daw na ito ay approximately normal distributed. B. Find the lower and the upper confidence. Bale, ito ang magiging final answer natin sa huli. So, let's try. Now, we have solution here. First, ang gagawin natin is kukunin natin ang DF niya or the degrees of freedom. Since meron tayong 10 student, si 10 student, siya ang magiging degree of freedom natin. So, ating formula of DF is N minus 1. So, si 10 ang magiging N natin. N minus 1 is 9. So, ito ang magiging DF natin. So, dito naman, our alpha. Si alpha, nakukuha natin siya sa percent. Kung naaalala nyo, ang nakalagay sa A ay meron dong 95%. Kailangan natin kunin ang confidence interval ng 95%. So, meron tayong 95%. So, para maging 100% ito, ay need natin ng 5%. Diba? Ito si 5% ang magiging alpha natin. Halimbawa, kung ito ay 99%, so 1% na lang ang makukuha natin. Ngayon, si 5% ay gagawin natin decimal point. Magiging 0.05. Now, si 0.05 divide 2 is 0.025. And this is our value of our alpha. Now, ngayon, punta tayo sa t-value. Si t-value is 0.025. Makukuha natin ang t-value natin sa pamamagitan pagtingin natin doon sa t-value. Copy natin. So, ang 0.025 daw sa t-value ay 2.262. Ayan ang ating value. Now, we have this formula. Ang tawag dito ay margin of error. Dito sa margin of error,
malalaman na natin ang ating lower and upper confidence. But, bago natin makuha to, since meron ditong standard deviation, may standard deviation dito, and hindi naman given sa word problem, is, ang gagawin natin ay bubuo tayo ng table.
So, ang first step natin is kukunin natin yung score. Ito yung ating mga example. We have 69, 66, 71, 60, and so on. So, after nyan, kukunin natin yung kanyang submission of x, and we have equals to 700. Ang ating formula for example mean, so that is equal to square root of summation of x divided by n. So, equals to, ang summation of x natin dito is 100. Divided by n naman natin is, which is to 10. So, ang ating naman is, so, ang ating example mean is equals to 70. So, ang next step naman natin is, kukunin natin yung x minus of example mean. So, meron tayong 69 minus 70. Ito yung example mean. So, we have 69 minus 70 equals to negative 100. 66 minus 70 is equal to negative 4. And yan, 71 minus 70 is we have positive 1. So, lahat yan. Yan yung ating example mean. So, pagkatapos nyo naman kunin yung difference niya, is kukunin naman natin yung kanyang square. We have negative 1 squared is equals to positive 1. Negative 4 squared, we have is equals to positive 16. 1 squared is equals to positive 1. So, after nyan, kukunin nyo yung kanyang summation of x. Yan. X minus mean square, so that is equal to 680. So that's the answer.
This is our table given by Alcien de la Cruz. Completed natin siya, and ito ang ating mean. 700, which is add natin to lahat, divide to 10 is 70. Ang ating namang variance, pag-plus natin itong lahat, is magiging 618. So, paano natin makukuha ang ating sample standard deviation? Para makuha natin ang margin of error. Kasi, kung wala tayong sample standard deviation, hindi natin makukuha ang ating margin of error. At the same time is ang ating lower and upper confidence. So, let's start today's formula. Burahin na natin to. Now, kuhain natin ang ating variance. So, ito ang ating formula. Ang ating result is 680. So, S2 618 divide, wala na pala to, 18 divide yung kanina nating DF or decrease of freedom, which is 10 minus 1 is 9. So, 618 divide 9 is 68.6666 and so on, so forth. So, kailangan natin siyang i-rounded off, so magiging 68.67. So, now, punta na tayo sa ating sample standard deviation. So, ang square root daw po ng 68.67, ayun ang magiging ating standard deviation. ang square root ng 68.67 kung ikakalculate natin is 8.29. So, meron na tayong sample standard deviation. So, let's go back to our margin of error para makakuha na tayo ng final answer. So, this is our formula of margin of error. Kung natatandaan nyo, nung kinalculate natin ang ating 2 value, ang lumabas ay 2.262. Kung iaano natin sa p-value copy natin. Times daw natin kay ating sample standard deviation which is ito over square root ng ating n or ating root of our sample size which is 9 o ating DF kanina. So, 2.262 times 8.29 over square root of 9 is 5.93. This is our margin of error. So, punta na tayo sa ating last step. Ang ating lower and upper confidence interval confidence limit. So, this is our formula of that 2 CL So, yan. This is our formula of our confidence limit. So, ang ating mean is 70 minus our margin of error is 5.93. That's that. It's not 10 pala. Mean again plus 83. Pagkaduktong lang po iyan. So, ang magiging resultates dito ay 64.07 75.93. This is our answer. Kung ating gagawing paano is lower CI is 64.07 and our upper is 75.93. This is our final answer. That's all. Thank you.
Example. The following are randomly selected scores in reading and writing long test of 10 grade 11 students. Since ang sabi nga is 10 grade 11 student and given na rin yung score nila, kaya ang N natin is 10. And we are asked to find a 96% confidence interval for the score of all grade 11 students, asking that the students score in approximately normally distributed. Inaano tayo na hanapin ang 96% confidence. And B, determine the lower and upper confidence limit. Na mapapakita namin sa inyo sa step 7, ang 96 naman ay ang A naman ay mapapakita namin sa step 3. Since hindi rin given ang sample mean and standard deviation, magpuproceed tayo sa step 1. Go. Since hindi nga given ang sample mean natin at standard deviation, magpo-proceed tayo sa step 1. First, i-list down muna natin ang N natin dito sa first column sa students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next naman is dito sa second column, i-list natin yung given score sa reading and writing. 68, 79, 82, 89, 80, 86, 77, 70, 72, 67. Then, kukunin natin yung total ng second column, which is yung X plus. Ano ulit tawag doon?
Submarine. Summation.
Summation. Cut na lang.
Ito, kasi hindi ko nakakalimutan yun.
Summation of X. Summation.
Lagyan mo na lang ng paid ma.
Ha?
Lagyan mo ng paid na edit para mag-block siya. Tapos panibagong video ulit. Para hindi halata.
kukunin natin yung total ng second column, which is yung summation of X. Total natin is 68 plus 79 plus 82 plus 89 plus 80 plus 86 plus 77 plus 2 plus 67 equals 777. 770. Then, para makuha natin ang sample mean, ang gagawin natin yung formula. Sample mean equals summation of X over N. Yung summation of X natin is 770, and yung N naman natin is 10. 707, ipag-divide natin itong dalawa. 770 divided by 10 is equal to 77. Then, yung sample mean natin ay ipagmaminus natin dito sa X. Kaya magpo-proceed na tayo sa third column. 68 minus 77 is 9. Negative 9. And 79 minus 77 is equals to 2. And 82 minus 77 is equals to 5. Then 89 minus 77 is equals to 12. Then 80 minus 77 is equal to 3. Then 86 minus 77 is equals to 9. Then 77 minus 77 is 0. Then 70 minus 77 is negative 7. Then 72 minus 77 is equals to negative 5. And 67 minus 77 is equals to negative 10. Ito na yung sa second column natin. Next, let's proceed to third column. Yung mga number dito sa mga column, sa third column is i-square root lang natin. Square root to square. 8, negative 9, then negative 9 is equal to 81. 2 is 4, and 5, tapos 25, and 12 is 144, and 3 is 9, 9 is 81, 0, 0, 7 is 49, 5 is 25, and 100. Yan na. Next naman ay ito total din natin to gaya dito sa second column. Which is mesh x minus x squared equals 81 plus 4 plus 25 plus 4 plus 9 plus 49 plus 25 plus 100 is equal to 518. Then, para makuha yung standard deviation natin, is gagawin din natin yung sa formula neto. Is equals to s squared equals to summation x mean ay sample mean and squared, then over n minus 1. And ang gagawin natin is minus natin, ay ilalagay natin to, which is yung 518 natin, and 10 minus, ay yung 10 minus 1. 1 is equals to 518 or 9. Then, i-divide natin siya. 518 divided by 9 equals to 57.56 dahil ni-round off natin. Then, next naman is yung standard deviation. S equals S2 equals yan. Yung S2 natin, which is itong 57.56 S. Standard deviation. 57.56. Then sa calculus 57.56 is equals to 759 since niround off natin siya. And ito na yung step 1 natin.
So, tapos na record sana yung step 1. So, let's proceed to step 2. So, ang step 2 natin is find the degrees of freedom. So, yung formula ng degrees of freedom is degrees of freedom is equals to n minus 1. So, yung gagawin na lang natin is papaikliin na lang natin yung sa degrees of freedom dahil para mas mapabilis yung pag-solve natin. So, yung n natin is 10. So, 10. Then, minus 1. So, 10 minus 1 is 9. So, ang magiging answer is degrees of freedom is equals to 9. So, let's go to step 3. Sa step 3 is find alpha in 1 minus alpha times 100% confidence level. So, sa finding alpha, ang gagamitin natin formula is 1 minus alpha, then 100% equals to confident level. So, yung confident level natin is 96%. So, 96%. So, ang next natin gagawin is, gagawin natin siyang 1, then, etong 96% is, gagawin natin decimal. So, alpha is equals to 1 minus alpha, then 1, gagawin natin siyang whole number, then etong 96 is 0.96. So, next na gagawin natin is, i-distribute natin siya dito. So, 1 times 1 is 1, then 1 times negative alpha, so negative alpha. Then, equals to 0.96. So, ayan na. Ang next natin gagawin, etong 1 is ililipat natin dito. So, alpha is equals to 1 minus 0.96. So, ayan na. Then, 1 minus 0.96 is 0.04. Ayan. Yung alpha natin, 0.04. Ang gagawin natin dito is, i-divide natin siya by 2. So, ayan. Magiging ganito na siya. Though, ang gagawin natin is, divide natin siya. Ang answer dito is 0.02. Dahil 0.04 divide 2, 0.04 divide 2 is 0.02. So, step 4, sa step 4 is find the critical value at alpha over 2 using the table of T critical values. Look in derivative, degrees of freedom. So, yung degrees of freedom natin is 9. So, and yung 0.02 is yung alpha natin. So, 0.02 is nakalocate siya sa 2 tail. So, 0.02, then degrees of freedom of 9. Ang answer dito is T alpha over 2 is equals to 2.821. So, ito yung sa T-table. So, step 5, ang kukunin natin is find the error of margin. Find the margin of error. So, ang formula nito is the critical value alpha over 2 is equals times 2 then over n. So yung 2 na to is paano siya naging 2? Mali pala. So now, let's proceed to step 5. Step 5. Find the margin of error. So, ang formula nito is margin of error is equals to critical value alpha over 2 then times S divided by square root of n. So, yung S natin is 7.59. So, E muna, ilalagay natin dito. Then, yung critical value natin is 2.821. Then, yung S natin is 7.59 over, yung N natin is square root of 10. So, ang gagawin natin is yung 2.821 times natin sa 7.59 then divide natin sa square root of 10. So, 2.821 then times natin sa 7.559 then divided natin siya sa square root of 10. So the answer is 6.77. 6.77. Ayan. Ang margin of error natin is 6.77. So, next is, sa step 6 natin is, sa step 6 natin, find the confidence interval, CI. So, sa confidence interval natin is, ang formula niya is sample mean minus margin of error between population of mean, then between X sample mean plus E. So, ang lalagay natin dito is M muna, then between, so yung sample mean natin is 77 minus margin of error is 6.77. Then, dito naman, between sample mean 77 then plus 6.77 of margin of error. So the answer is 77 minus 6.77 is 70.23. Then, dito naman sa kabila is 77 plus 6.77 is 83. 83.77. So, the answer is, eto na pala. So, sa last steps, ilalagay natin dito yung pinaka-final answer natin. So, step 7, find the lower and upper confidence limit. So, the lower confidence limit natin is equals to 70.23. Then yung upper confidence limit natin is 83.77. So, this is the final answer.
ご覧いただきありがとうございます。